everyone. Thank you for being our session today. My name is Jude Cho, and myself and my colleague here, Jira Straser, will deliver a session that's talking about how our student at FDU. A lot of our colleagues are here, and the faces are here, so we're very happy to share what. And by all means, we are accepting ideas. If there's any way else that you feel like we can have a discussion further, feel free to. So we tend to have this workshop or session very interactive. So if you have a question, if you want to engage in any ways. So as I said, my name is Jude. I am myself, I'm career development because with Canada for since 2000. So it's been a few years that I'm in this field, and before that I worked at Taiwan. So in Taiwan I was doing also similar field of coaching, working with job seekers, government organizations. So you can say that my career path is kind of all this area related to career development, training and development session. So I have been with FDU for 7 years. For now, I started in 2018, in November. Before that, I was a student at FDU as well. So that's pretty much about me. I asked my colleague.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Straser, and I work very closely with Jude in the same department, and I am the Career Services Advisor at Dickinson University. I have worked in the education sector for years, since 2014. Various roles. I have worked in high schools, post-secondary institutions, international college, and right now I am in this department in career services. So my passion is really to facilitate career growth and professional and personal development. So the topic that we're talking about today is engaging students in enhancing their success. It's something very close to my heart and something that I work on the rest of my life. So let's first do an acknowledgement. I did some research and I found out that the campus of our university and the campus are actually on the same unceded and ancestral territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. So that's something that we really recognize, and this is always part of the culture of our community as well. First of all, I would like to know, before I tell you more about this number, who of you was born in a country that is not Canada? Wow. So I'm not good in math, but it's a really high number. So I'm sure you all have your own experiences coming here and dealing with certain opportunities and challenges. And this is something that our students are challenged with as well. As June will tell you later, we have a very, very diverse community on our campus. So one of the challenges that international students are facing is 68% of international students deal with isolation and stress. And that is especially due to them not having a very strong support system in the country in Canada. Family and friends are usually in the home country. So any kind of challenges that are coming up, they have to deal with it on their own, as opposed to with a bigger support. In addition to that, about 40% of international students, they experience culture shock around the first semester of when they are arriving here in Canada. What does this mean? Communication style is different. Food and smells are different. Environment is different. Punctuality and these kind of behavioral attitudes and workplace and academia are slightly different, and it all adds up to a lot of pressure. Finally, and this is very important for us as career service support, 70% of students, international students, deal with complications in finding ways to network. And I know you're a specialist on talking about networking as well, Sam, right? So this is something that we want to bring into the conversation. What you can expect, we're going to introduce you very briefly to Fairleigh Dickinson University, our Vancouver campus. We will tell you a little bit about what we generally do in career services at FDU, and then we'll dive into some of the examples for our ways to engage students and finding new ways to ensure we are very collaborative with the students we work with. And I'm very happy to have different perspectives, student perspective, as well as faculty, staff, and advisory roles. So we can all bring this together, and we hope to have some discussions as well. We will share some practical support opportunities that we have at FDU, the way we collaborate and have partnerships, and then at any time, you're welcome to ask questions or share your thoughts. However, in the end, we'll have a designated time for this as well. So now I'm passing it back to Jude.
Okay, so and we are Fairleigh Dickinson University. We are essentially a school based in New Jersey. So we have been around in New Jersey for over 18 years right now. And we started our Vancouver campus in 2007, Yale. So just a little bit about our program. We have 3 master's programs in different specializations. We have 3 also undergrad program, that's BBA or BSIT. That's a little bit about ourselves. Currently, we have about 1,000 to 1,200 students registered with us. And we are very proud to say that there are over 80 countries represented over the entire time, not all in one semester, but over the entire time. And that is why our colleague will talk about that later, about how we support these people from different countries. But that's what really, I work with people from different cultures and different ideas, different perspective, and we really respect every student, Okay, so about career services, this is us. So at FDU Career Services, we have 4 members, Kira, myself, and we also have a team of 2 that's focused on internship programs, internship coordinator and internship assistant. They're not here today, but you can see them in the photo, Hannah and Pete. So what we do really is just to meet students where they are. So we provide all type of different method to meet students. That could include one-on-one appointment, that could include webinar, workshops, industry speakers, drop-in sessions, and all this. We try to we'll talk about that later, but we try really to incorporate this feedback. We try to incorporate their feedback and implement it to our plans, our planning, and we support them different angles, provide a target job search strategy, to narrow down their career planning, before customized, personalized to their finding. It's also interview preparation. If they have an interview coming up, they can bring their job posting and also some professional law experience because we're talking about the snail and the whale and that's where so we are before we get into what we do with our students, here is a little bit of a fun exercise for you to get more about. Don't worry, just gonna reveal your true self, but it may you move around. So this game is with your brother, and I would like everyone to stand up from your seat So for the next 3-4 slides, you will see 2 statements on the right. Sorry, 1 statement on the right. Do you feel more related to the one on the right? And you cannot say the middle. So, would you rather eat pizza and all your day, or coffee and coffee at home all weekend?
I'm not coffee.
Rather work schedule or significant salary because significant salary increase every year. Significant salary increase every year. No judgment, I'll stay here. Thank you. All right. Let's do the next one. Would you rather receive direct benefit from or have free experience forever? Awesome.
No, because I am senior.
Find more value.
Don't have free.
Really senior. Would you rather have 100 students pass with and or have 30 very engaged students?
What? I know. No, because I can change that.
Yes, exactly. Once they come, they'll know it's something to it, and then they're going to come back and see.
And then I have 100 engaged, not 30.
Yeah,
The passive
exactly my
play.
point.
Sorry? Passive. But that's before they meet me.
The next event they will be engaged.
No, you can't change the game again.
Well, this is how you know inspirational speakers will change your mind. Change your game. So thank you so much. This is just a way for you to start thinking, and it's the sad way to let us talk about student engagement. I would really prefer to have 30 really engaged students to start with, because usually we meet students, they're shy, they really don't want to, so upfront, so it feels different when you have students. But, I'll take me 2 years to get here, so it's, years to get there. So talking about student engagement, what we have done so far, and then this is one of our event, is what we call Welcome Event. So this is event we host every beginning of the year. The intention is to bring students to know about community services, what we are, what we offer, and community services. We targeted group students, but then at the same time we have the treatment. And then that's to say that we usually so we usually promote heavily during orientation, so students at least this is the first event they get to know career services. We also so during this event we share our online resources center where you find us, how to book appointment, communication channel as well. Some students might come from background where they don't check their emails often. Tell them that in some ways your you need to start checking email because it's how communicate with you. We also provide some interactive activities and games. Jira is master of making activities and games and workshops. And we really see the difference of students our welcoming. They get to know, we build that rapport, we build that relationship right there. We also set a really comfortable tone for students who can make us very dynamic here. We know that students may come from different perspective, background, and then if we can catch them early on, we can help them to set their career journey to help adjust their aspiration. We also, just to feedback on what Kira shared earlier, 68% of the students are really kind of 68% of the students are being isolated. Country, building community that for really safe zone for them to talk about. You might come from a really fine position overseas, but here that sometimes but not here. So we open this area, this space for our students to really talk with us and foster that sense of belonging. We also do a very engaging social media strategy. So this is actually started with one of Penna's initiative. She started. Initially we have a Facebook account for the services, but I personally don't see too much growth of that, and I don't see students engaging with us on Facebook for many reasons. And starting from 2020. We really are on Facebook. So we do a lot of social media pay activity, and we very quickly ask these and what are the questions we have now?
We had very diverse questions, such as how can I do my major? I have sent out so many applications on Indeed, but I'm not securing an interview. So how can I get there? Where can I find you on campus? So very mixed questions. And it's kind of anonymous. We still see who ask questions, but answer anonymously. Where students more comfortable way of asking.
Actually, you can see students want to ask questions, but the line was too long. They don't feel comfortable asking, in their English. And this is a great way to engage with students. And we just try to, and then also sometimes we find students checking their emails at a later time of the day, not 1 week, usually expected 9 to 5. And then we have some really good articles on our Instagram. That's good. And then the article there is about our event promotion. We also see a good growth of student council participation by using our Instagram account and recaps. Students will see the event recap from our Instagram account. And I would say with our team, we really, really value student feedback. So we see that as a way for us to improve. What we always do is reflections. This can include, we can call it as volunteer appreciation, but really is, yes, first to appreciate every event we have volunteers and students who work with us. Really is to appreciate their time and effort working with us. But from that event, also asking them how any way that that can be more successful. At the same time, we ask them what did you learn from it. So it is a both way reflection, I would say, for students and for our students as well. And those sometimes spark really good discussions. We actually had a successful case, not participated, but a really good case where we have our resource board from point A to point B, because we don't feel like the resource board at point A is not the place that I would often check, so we have to move it. And it was a good success. We can see that the resources are being taken by students. Students are checking the event more often, so those are great feedback. And this way students feel more feel heard and valued, and they also tell their friends, because we know to engage with students, they don't usually come with one channel, right? You have to engage them and their friends as well. And students talk, they will tell you that they went to have a really great experience, and next time you can have more student friends. Yeah, we also use those that to enhance quality and relevance to students' need. And this is our team culture to continuous improvement and collaboration with our students. All right, so we can move on.
I'm coming back. I'm just opening the door in case anyone
Wants to join
is
us.
interested in joining
Yeah,
us.
Kira will talk about how we support students.
This is really the key pillar of our work, being there to providing the service that each individual student needs. So I would like to bring your attention to a barrier that a lot of job applicants in general are facing, and this is wearing professional attire. So 75% of recruiters of a Forbes survey in 2024 say that inappropriate attire has a very negative impact on job seekers. Which means if you are lucky enough to be invited to an interview, but you wear something that the hiring managers don't really appreciate, you have no chance, honestly. And thinking back of international students, I'm wondering, when you first moved here, how many suitcases did you bring? Maybe one or two, but not more than that, right? So how much clothing and all the other items that you bring fits into one or two suitcases? Not really enough, and surely you probably don't prioritize the suit because other things are much more important, right? So a lot of our students face exactly the same barrier. They are not really having the appropriate attire to go to professional networking events. And then they go deeper into that hole of, I cannot build a network and connections. They really, really need a job to be able to cover their expenses, but they are not able to actually have a successful interview because they are not able to wear what would help them make a really good presentation. That's where we decided to jump in and provide the so-called career closet. Career Closet is a great opportunity because we have fantastic second-hand professional attire, extra small to extra large. So we try to provide as much size diversity as possible. We're still working on providing even more because I know every person is different. And what we have done to collect the donations is working very closely with our stakeholders, with staff and faculty, with our alumni, and raising awareness for the need and doing a very regular monthly window pickup where we literally walk around campus and have conversations with the team and reminding them that any donation is appreciated. We have a little reward system that motivates people even more to provide support, and it works extremely well. So we are lucky enough to have all of these attire options available for our students that they can then take and so they don't have to return it. We have started with a launch event where we introduce the attire that we have. We added a few extra fun activities such as learning how to tie a tie, because that's also something a lot of people are not really aware of, and it makes a big difference if you wear a tie or not during interviews. We offer very flexible access because what we notice, we offer a booking system, obviously. However, most of the time, you get invited to an interview and it's tomorrow, right? So there's not enough time to book something and see us. So we are extremely approachable on campus. Our door is always open unless we have a board meeting. So students regularly come to us and ask. And in addition to that, students that maybe did not attend our welcome event and are not so aware of the services that are accessible to them, pop-up career closet option as well, where We bring the tools out into the student lounge so that students coming in and out of classes, they can just check it out, and this is working extremely well. So just the other week, I had a student picking up a complete navy colored suit, and to be honest, this is probably my most favorite appointment because students come in a little bit of anxious, nervous, and once they have found something that fits them well, you can see how their whole appearance changes. They stand 2 inches taller, they have a positive, confident smile on their face, and this is really what brings them to the next steps moving forward. Furthermore, kind of the same idea, making our services approachable. We offer various drop-in sessions for resume advising, for LinkedIn optimization, for internship questions, where we sit in a very accessible spot in our student lounge, and students can just drop in and ask their questions. It was designated for a specific topic, but honestly, what happens is this is their opportunity to start a career development conversation. So they can ask us anything that they are currently, challenged with, and then we start from there. Usually we have follow-up individual meetings after a drop-in. We follow up regularly. This is their way to also understand what kind of events and services are currently happening. This also, again, helps us to understand where the students are at and what kind of additional support we can provide. Now, finally, the last step. Yes, please. Oh, okay, time's up. Technically, we're going to do a little break now and then move on. If it's okay with everyone, we would maybe move on now and then you have more of a break between the sessions. Or do you prefer taking a break now? Either. Maybe give me hands up. Do you want to continue now? Okay, so let's do that. Thank you for your feedback. I'll just close the recordings. Thank you. The next step after students have decided what program to study and how to hopefully start growing in their career development is then transitioning from academia to their career. So we work very collaboratively in providing a very smooth transition from graduation to taking the next steps by offering a webinar called Graduated Now What? Which where the title really brings the question to the point, what do I do now? And in our experience, most students really start wondering what happens now in this very moment when they know, okay, classes are over, I have my degree, but what do I do now? So this is where we provide support in terms of their graduation timelines, when they get their certificates, etc. Furthermore, one of the most important questions in their minds at this point is immigration planning. So postgraduate work permit is a very big topic that we're covering as well. And my fantastic colleague Emily is the person taking charge of this part of the session. And finally, we provide the most important key tips in terms of job searching. We also emphasize networking, even though at this point it's a little bit, last minute. However, we never stop emphasizing the benefits of connections. And then our students are always able to follow up after the session to get more individual guided conversations. Now I'm passing it back to Jude so she can tell you more about some of the collaborations and partnerships.
Yes, collaboration and partnerships are our a very, very important key to our section because we can't do it alone. And the student, eventually, they need to go out and network with other people. We prepare them to the point where they are confident. They have all the skills in their toolbox. Now is where they can utilize them. We do a lot of collaboration within our organization. So, for example, who knows their students better than faculty members? We collaborate with faculty members a lot. For example, we have a lot of events that includes external guests. In this case, we would partner with the volunteers from the hospitality program because they are taught, they are professionally trained to work in the hospitality and customer-facing roles. And those are really great students that we have seen. And even my colleague was asking me, where did you hire these people? No, they're our students. They're that professional. Right? So just talking about the program. And then we also have industry speakers sessions where we invite industry speakers from different industry, IT, sometimes hospitality, sometimes it could be business, banking, and then we reach out to the faculty that we know their student would be interested in. Networking events as well. There are some courses that there are some industry speakers that really focus on certain topic. And we, for example, we just had a really successful networking event, collaborate with NYIT. That's we invite a speaker that's from a tech background, but more entrepreneurship experience. We reach out to our Master of Computer Science program for them to be more promoting to their student because it's relevant field. And then we cannot not mentioning again our international student advisor collaboration with my colleague here. We know since the beginning we talk about the international students, know what they care about, might be a lot of presentations about immigration, and we try to streamline our career planning for them so they can think about their career journey, also their immigration journey, and then the best case would be when they meet. And if they don't, what do we do? For our internship program, a lot of our students will need to apply for the co-op work permit because they are international. And we collaborate with my colleague here, international student advisor, to host co-op work permit workshops, helping students apply for those permits step by step. At the same time, we also collaborate with all the other departments, marketing department, for industry sponsorships. And we are actually very proud to say that we are the sponsors of the Vancouver Board of Trade LOT program. And this really brings a lot of value for our students. Also, for the brand awareness, for the students to be firsthand receiving those resources, that's really helpful. Apart from that, we are we have been collaborating with New York Tech for years, really. We had a few previous events with them for employer and student showcase, where it happens right here in this building. We provide employers, we together with New York Tech, and then we benefit students from both institutions. And like I mentioned, just recently, I think it was 2-3 weeks ago, we had this Connect, Learn, Grow networking event where we also, it was hosted in our campus, in Georgia campus, that we invited an industry speaker and also the New York Tech student joining us for this event. It was a great success. So we'll keep doing that. And if any one of you from different industry will really happy to get into a deeper conversation of how we can collab together. Eventually, we are here to support students who come into Canada. So for a bigger scale, for a bigger view, we would love to talk about collaboration. So we are still looking for ways to improve. There are a few things that we are currently already doing, but no result to share yet. So things like future integrated career components into the academic curriculum. This is something that we have been trying to set up with our internship team. So then we can provide this training for more students, for more students from different programs. Also expand our employer mentorship program. This can mean anything, but one of them is the LOT, Vancouver Board of Trade mentorship program that is really helpful to provide that real-world mentorship experience for students. And expand our internship program to offer diverse opportunity for their future. And that could include traditionally 9-to-5 internship job, or it could be a project-based working collaborative learning project, or it could be community involvement in any form. So we are working on these directions, and if there's any suggestions, we'll come to we'll welcome any suggestions like this. If there's any question, now is a good time to bring it up. Now that's Kira.
Thank you. I'm just going to open the door again because I see you. Hello, come on in. So any thoughts that you have, questions, comments, experiences that you would like to bring in, you're very welcome to do so now. We're starting with Sen.
Yeah, a quick question I do have is the international students who are coming in, are they coming from other countries right off the bat, or have they been established at high schools and then they're working their way in? So, do you know if that's the case?
That's a very good question. I can't give you a specific number. I would say the majority of students are coming directly from their home country to Canada. We have some students who have attended high schools here in Canada, or maybe they stopped in a different country, studied a bachelor's program or master's program there, have some work experience, and then come to FDU. The majority, however, is coming directly from their home countries. Yeah, good question. Any other questions? Maybe you have some experiences of student engagement, student support that you would like to bring into the conversation.
I mean, I don't want to take over everybody's. You mentioned a fair bit about the student engagement, the orientation, and everything. A question I have is the alumni, and how are you involving alumni in the student experience, but also bringing the alumni back to Fairleigh?
That's a very good question. We're very lucky to say that we have a lot of alumni who are willing to contribute and provide support to the community. Just last night, I actually had a conversation with some alumni who are quite successful in the tech sector in not even Greater Vancouver, but in Canada. And one of those told me they are planning to travel to Switzerland to expand their business. We are in continued conversations with them. What we're doing currently is offering a variety of panel discussions that we usually host online so that students can join from anywhere, and at the same time we record it. So, if they are, their schedule, is differently, they have access to this. And every alumni we have worked with so far is very happy to connect with our students afterwards. So they are able to connect via LinkedIn, via email, and then keep the conversation going. So I know of various who, for example, one of the students who has been a dentist in their home country came here studying a Master's of Administrative Studies program and wanting to go back into their industry here, talked to someone who was part of an alumni panel who kind of took the same pathway. So there is a continued conversation.
Okay, and I'm gonna, that will be my last question because we'll do things offline as well. But come to my poster session later, because one thing I did was I built the alumni piece for the undergrads in the business school at SFU, and I did focus groups, and it came to 4 words, but I created what I call the alumni code. Connections, opportunity, development, and engagement. So connections, they want to connect with employers, connect back to the school, connect with each other. Opportunities is your responsibility to provide opportunities, so there are reasons to come back, panel discussions, speakers in the classroom, mentorship. Development is that your alumni want to continue to develop programs. So give them small little courses, free of charge or some nominal fee. And engagement is this pride, passion, enthusiasm with being an FDU.
But then, before you leave this room, we would like you to take this question, take it, with you, maybe use it as a thing to talk with your new connection today. How can we create that ripple effect of collaboration that benefits every student? So it doesn't matter which role you are in. You might be a student right now. You might be a support in a support role for students. Any journey. How can we make it even better? How can we collaborate with other people to make it even better?
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us today.
We do have our LinkedIn there. We're open to connect, and then you can grab one of our snacks.
Yeah, love to keep the conversation going as well. So feel free to reach out. Have a good rest of your day.